Good afternoon, students. Today we are starting in the continuity of the governors topic. In the previous class, we have discussed about the what is a governor and what are the types of governor and what is the purpose of governing and what is the differences between the flywheel and the governor. That is a very 2 marks question, very important. That is what is the function of governor and the flywheel, or differentiate the functions of governor and the flywheel. And this is the very important question regarding the 2 marks. Then what are the types of governors and the porter governor? In the last class, what are the centrifugal governors and porter governor? How the functioning of porter governor and centrifugal governors, and the how to solve the speed, or what is the fuel supply of the tank or inlet through the inlet, that is the lift of the governor or height of the governor, and based on h to n, that means the relation between the height and at the same time the speed of the governor. That means since the height is directly proportional to indirectly proportional to the speed, so there is a relation between n and h. This is the relation we have find out it by two methods. One is instantaneous method and second one is forces diagram. So most of the cases we can approach the forces based on the forces diagrams. That means taking the moments about a center point or a ball, or based on the moments, that is called a, or the forces call it as a forces diagram. Second one is instantaneous center diagram or instantaneous center method. Okay, either we can use it both the methods while solving the any problem or explanation of or deriving the any relation between the n and h. So in the today's class we are discussing about the Watt governor. So what is the Watt? Watt governor is a scientist name. So the governor name it to the Watt. So it is a very simple form of a centrifugal governor. That is the basic governor. At firstly it was founded by the Watt for the purpose of fuel supply. So this is the basic governor for the establishment, or in the initial stages the Watt find out the this governor. So the name it is called as a Watt governor. So it is a very basic conical pendulum with links and are attached to the sleeve by neglecting the masses. So in the previous Porter governor, if you see in the diagram, the links and the arms, these are very important. The upper P, that means the P contacted. What is the P contacted? That is the red color indicates the sleeve. So this is about the axis of the sleeve. So the P, if you see in the diagram, where the two links or two connections are joined, that is called an arms. Then where from the ball, that means that is called balls, balls to downwards, that is called the links. So either may be the case of exceptional, these arms and the links are of same sizes, or both are having the same equal sizes. For this we have to find out the relation between h and n. So this is a very conical pendulum with the links attached to the sleeve by negligible masses. Since these rods or arms having the some weight, so we have to eliminate or negligible the masses which are of arms. Okay, arms and links. Links weight are very negligible. The arms of the governor may be connected to the spindle in the three following ways. So arms, and these arms are connected in the three bases. One is the point P, that is pivoted, may be on a spindle axis as shown in figure A. So these may be to a connection of the arm connected to the point P. And second one is, if you see in the diagram 2, the pivot may be offset from the spindle. So the point position of P may be a offset, that means which is of spindle away from the spindle. So the point P, if you see in the diagram B, the P is offset from the spindle. Spindle is nothing but blindly you just refer the pink color indication, that is the axis. Okay, and when we produce intersect at the O, so when we project it to spindle axis in the upward direction, these two, the about the axis of the spindle, we are having two pieces. One is left hand side and the other is right hand side. If you project these two for an height, that means in the upward direction, these two pieces will be concentrated at the O. These two will be concentrated at the O. That will make it as a point that we can show in the A. So there is a possibility of two ways. One is directly concentrating of spindle and the arms at a single point, that is P. Second one is the P may be offset from the spindle. Then third one is may be offset but crosses the axis O. That means if you see in the B diagram and if you compare with the C, this P is offset from the O, and here also in the C diagram also the P points are offset from the O axis. But there is only the difference is these are away or cross out the arms. So this is the only the difference. Then that means we can put up these position of P in any three ways of these three diagrams. Suppose let us consider the equation for that. Let m be the mass of the ball. If you see in the diagram, let m be the mass of the ball, so that the weight will be W and T be the tension. So here it is a pink color arrow mark which is showing towards the P, tension in the arms. Okay, double omega be the angular velocity of the arm, and ball about a spindle axis at radians. That means the omega is the 2 pi n by 60. Then r be the small r be the radius of the path of rotation. Since these are all of centrifugal rotations, so about the spindle, this ball will be rotating in a centrifugal force, or the horizontal distance from the center of the ball to the spindle. Okay, spindle axis, that is called the small r, and Fc with the centrifugal force acting on the ball, and h is the height of the governor. Okay, these are all the terms we can see in the diagram, from the diagram. Then it is the case that when the weight of the arms and the links, so these are all very the height or the links length or the weight of the arms and the links are very negligible. These are very thin arms or thin links. So these are all of very thin, so that we can exempt the weights. So by exempting the weights, or by assumptioning that arms and links and sleeves are negligible as compared to the weight of the ball. So when compared with the weight of the ball, here it is a size of the ball is more than the size of the links and arms. So when compared with that, the weight of the ball is more. So according to that, link and arms weight are very negligible. You just eliminate them. So then firstly the case, the centrifugal force acting on the ball, and the tension in the ball, and the weight of the ball. Okay, these are all the things we need to go for the equilibrium condition. So by taking the moments about O, if you see in the diagram, by taking the moments about O, what will happen? This FC means that is a centrifugal force which is acting about O means there the two arms are pivoted. So with respect to the spindle. So there in all the diagrams, if you see A, B, C diagrams, the arms are connected or joined or intersected at a spindle where it is the point called O. So now we have to take up the all the conditions under equilibrium with respect to O. Then taking the moments about O, the FC is rotating in the clockwise direction. Is it not? So about the O, FC, then from O to FC, how much of the distance, that is height? So here in the diagram itself. So FC into height, that is equals to, then what about the remaining forces we are having? No weight of the arm, no weight of the link. So what is the one more thing we are having? That is the weight of the ball. So the weight of the ball with respect to O, which is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction with respect to the horizontal distance as R. So that is Fc into H is equals to W into R. So W means weight with respect to masses mg into R. Then Fc means centrifugal force m omega square R. That is a basic formula. So you just expand the equations m omega square R into H equal to mgr. Both the R will be cancelled and m will be cancelled. So there is a relation that H is equals to g by omega square, where g and the omega, we need a relation between, this is the equation is enough, but we need a relation with respect to speed of the governor, not angular velocity. So represent omega as 2 pi n by 60 and g as 9.81 by placing all the values in the above equation, that is h is equals to 895 by n square. This is the final formula. We need to remember that. So the basic formula of any governor, it will be in the form of a 895 by h or 895 by n. So this is the formula we can cross out the equation. That means h is equals to 895 by n square, or otherwise n square is equals to 895 by h. This is the basic formula. After that, there may be a weights of differences that we can see in the Porter governor. There also m plus capital M by small m into 895 by h. So there 895 by h, it is a common value for all the governors. This is the basic. Then after that, we need to solve a simple problem on the Watt governor. Let us consider that calculate the vertical height of a Watt governor when it is rotated speed of 60 rpm, and also find out the change in the vertical height when it is speed increases to 61 rpm. Here what they are asking is, when the speed is 60, how much of the height, and when the speed is 61, how much of the height will be there. So, or what is the finding the change. So from 60 to 61, it may increase the speed, then how much of height will be the vary, that is to be find out. So basically, firstly we have to remember the formula that h is equals to 895 by n square. This is the basic formula. Then given the data is n1 is equals to 60 rpm and n2 is the 61 rpm. We know that initial height h1 is equals to 895 by n square. Substitute the n value here. 895 by 60 square. So the formula is 0.248 meters. Then change in the vertical height. You need to find out the change in the vertical height. Firstly, we have to find the height variation. That means for the final height or final speed. For final speed, how much is the final height? So h2 is equals to 895 by n2 square. There 61 whole square. There is a value of 0.24 meters. So there is a, what is the change of vertical height? There is a difference between the heights, that is h2 minus h1 or h1 minus h2, where which one is the highest one. We have noted that the height and the speed are inversely proportional. So for lower speeds, the height will be the more. For higher speeds, the height will be the lesser. So h1 minus h2 is equals to 0.008 meters. Simply we can say 8 mm. So this is the change in the height. Nextly, Proel governor. So Proel governor and the Porter governor, these two are very much similar, and at the same time for solving the problems and in the university examinations also, the Porter and the Proel are very much important, and we can expect the questions from Porter governor and Proel governor. Okay, these two are very similar. This Porter governor is a just modification of the Watt governor. This is an extension. We can say the extension of the Watt governor is called a Porter governor. But there is a small variation, is that after that, next one is a Proel governor. So the Proel and the Porter both are very related. In the last class, we have discussed about the Porter governor. Next, in the today's class, Watt governor was completed. In the continuity, Proel governor we will discuss in this class. The Proel governor has the balls fixed at P and C positions. So if you see in the Porter governor, these C and D positions are not being there. Actually, Porter governor and Proel governor, these are slightly variant. That is, in the Proel governor only, the balls will be positioned in a vertical rod or vertical link. So if you see in the diagram, these are all opposite to the ground. So that is vertical, or which are all above the axis. So the Proel governor has the balls fixed at the B and C to the extension of the link. Where it is the extension of the link. Link is nothing but always below. Arm means above. So DE and EG. We can see in the diagram, so that the arms FP and C, sorry, GQ are pivoted at the point P and Q respectively. So then consider the equilibrium of the forces. Consider the equilibrium of the forces on the one of the diagrams of the thing. So with that, one half of the governor is to be placed for the line diagram. So in the Porter also, we have, for solving of the equation, we have not take up the full diagram, just make it of the half of the diagram, since these are all about a spindle, so that these are all take up for a half of the axis. So in this diagram, Proel, this the intersection, the considering the equilibrium of forces by one half of the governor, then the instantaneous center, that is I, will be lies on the intersection of the link PF, which was produced by the extension, and the line from the D, which are all drawn perpendicular to the spindle axis. So from D and P, these are all collinear or on a single same line, so that we are taking the moments about I. So by taking the moments about I, by using the notations, just now we thought about the from O, how we have taken up the moments. In the same way, for Proil governor, we are taking the moments about the instantaneous center method. So in the Porter governor, we know that the relation between the H and N, we can solve it by two methods. One is forces diagram, second one is instantaneous diagram. So now we are using the instantaneous diagram, the same method. So in the instantaneous method, how we will get I? That means by the extension of PF and D, opposite to the or perpendicular to the axis or spindle axis. So with that we have getted the relation. By continuing these two, we get an I. So by taking the moments about I, FC and what is the BM, these are all in the opposite direction or perpendicular to mutually. FC into BM is equals to, from the diagram we can see FC into C, the diagram B. If you see the diagram B, FC into BM, this is all anti-clockwise direction. And about I, the D, if you see the diagram D and ID, these are all in the clockwise rotation. So by taking that, we have to take up the moments. FC into BM equal to W into IM, that is weight of the ball, plus weight of the dead weight, that means dead weight center. So W by 2 into ID. These are all of clockwise. So FC, we know that FC means, that is centrifugal force m omega square r. So by expanding the W of the ball and the capital W of the weight of the dead weight of the governor. So mg into Im plus capital Mg by 2 into Id. Then Fc is equals to mg into Im by Bm. So we are taking the common value. So we get it then mg by 2 into Im plus md by Bm. Then multiplying the and dividing the Fm on both the sides, Fm by Bm into mg into Im by Fm plus mg by 2 into Im by Fm plus md by Fm. Then Im by Fm. Im by Fm means, in the diagram, Im by Fm. So that is called a tan alpha. In the diagram, it is a equilateral triangle, that is IFM, that is a one triangle, and one more triangle is MFD. This is one more triangle. So based on these two triangles, we can say that Im by Fm. See, Im by horizontal it is there, by Fm, that is vertical. So we can say sin alpha by cos alpha. The second one is Im by Fm means tan alpha plus Md by Fm. Md means there is one more triangle, MFD. So Md by Fm, we can call it as tan beta. So by commonly we are taking the tan alpha. So outside, that means mg plus mg by 2 into 1 plus tan beta by tan alpha. So tan beta by tan alpha, what we can say? Q. Okay, Q. And tan alpha, we can say that R by H. These two are we have solved in the Porter governor. So Fc means m omega square r. We know that. By substituting these two, we get the relation with the angular velocity omega square Fm by Bm into m plus m by 2 into 1 plus q by m into g by h. By substituting the next values, we can get it the relation between n and h. So this is the final equation. N square is equals to Fm by Bm into 895 by h. This is a common value. N is equals to, simply we can say 895 by h. That is for Watt governor. For any other things, we can add it by the respective proportionate dead weights and the positions. So with that, we can take up the relation between the Proel governor with respect to n for Proel governor, n and the h, and Watt governor with respect to n and h. So with that, today's class was completed. In the next class, we can solve the problems on the Proel governor and okay, thank you.